Otakuans, welcome back to another beautiful episode today. And today, I got a couple things to tell you. One, obviously, I'm moving, so it's very bare behind me. No, I got robbed. I honestly they're in my house right now, honestly, but recording is the most important thing on my schedule today. So unless they come and take my computer, then no. But I am moving. It's getting less and less. This will be the last time you see me for good. I'm never coming. No, this will be the last time you see me in this house. The next time you see me on recording will be in the new house, but in a temporary recording studio. So I will be setting up my own little recording studio in my house, but it'll be a temporary one so we can get back to our regularly scheduled program. But our master chief editor and mastermind of the program, David, will have some fillers for y'all for the next couple weeks.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, we may take a little. We may take that One Piece hiatus. Come back on April 5th. but but y'all will see me in the next recording studio. So, well, the temporary one when we do come back. I am a little sick today from all the dust and all the moving and everything like that. So you see me, snorting like that. Pay it no mind. But today we're gonna hop into some of our brand new shows that are coming out in next season. And of course, this is the last episode because I'm tearing my computer down after this. After y'all finish this video, this is all coming down. The whole thing is coming down, and it won't go back up until later. So, but of course, this last episode is gonna be for our new and upcoming anime in the next season, and I can't wait because there's some really good ones on the docket. There's a couple like ones, and then there's some actually really good ones because we got about 15 to go over today. We're not gonna be here too long, but we'll get started in it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes, and we are going to hop right into it. The first one is called Dark Moon, the Blood Altar. It sounds a little crazier than it is, but so far, from what we know about the show, the synopsis, from what we've heard about the show coming out, this one is about a high school that is in some remote area where everybody's pretty much normal, but there's a group of boys who have a secret, and that secret is that they're vampires. And they've been kind of keeping that a secret from everybody. But then a new girl ends up transferring to their high school who hates vampires. And of course, these boys are completely obsessed with her. And so now they have to like traverse that whole situation while some secrets are uncovering themselves. I'm a little hesitant on this one for a couple of reasons. One, if you know anything about me, I hate school animes and I hate slice of life animes. However, this has vampires in it, and again, if you know anything about me, I love vampire stuff. So we'll see how that turns out. But from what I got from the synopsis, which you can't really like trust the synopsis because we've read some synopsis before where we were just like this had nothing to do with what it said. But from the synopsis, it honestly feels like it's not going to be vampire centric. It's going to be more love boy high school centric. And if that's the case, then it's going to get boring really fast. But if they merge and they center more on the vampire aspect of things, then I think it will be very interesting because it does say things are going to be uncovered, betrayal's going to happen, things like that. So we'll have to see what this one's going to be about. So the next one we got is Easy Territory Defense by My Optimistic Lord. Production magic turns nameless villager into the strongest fortified city. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Talk that 100% a mouthful. But because it's a paragraph for its title, we're gonna actually watch it. But this one is essentially about a young man who was born in a village, born to magic parents, and he ends up being magicless. Now we know we love our shows where you're magicless, you're tropeless, or not tropeless, but you're zero skills, you're assassin class, or you're whatever class, and you're banished from the village. You're banished to go off wherever. We love our shows that are like that. However, this one is more so on the, I guess, economical side, you can think of it. This young man, as a kid, was banished by his parents to the outskirts Podunk Town village. But with his skills and his knowledge, he's going to try to raise up that town with his bannerment to be the strongest town and the strongest village, the most productive village he can, while being magicless in a magical world. Now, this does kind of strike me as like a slice of life anime, not necessarily like a fighting or anything like that because he is magicless, but we have seen those magicless in a magical world animes turn really good. They end up getting some kind of skill or some kind of something, and they do end up turning really good. So this one might be something you'd be able to see, but this really reminds me of like Farming Sim. It's gonna be him trying to rebuild a town, him trying to like make production, everything look good, and like I don't know if this is something that's gonna be like a good watch, but it's probably a slice of life at the end
Oh,
of the
I
day.
mean, quite honestly, it's up my alley. I like all those type
Yeah,
of realist heroes, builds up the kingdom,
yeah,
economically trying to figure out the best way to do those situations. Yes, there's slice of life, but the drama comes when they're trying to figure out those situations using their brain
yeah,
instead of their brawn. So I fuck
yeah.
with those too.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, the Demon King's daughter is too kind. I mean, quite literally, the title of this anime is what
Hmm.
it's about. This show is going to be about a Demon King, who is essentially the most unstoppable Demon King until he does become stoppable by a certain somebody, and that certain somebody is his daughter. His daughter, who is the Demon Lord's daughter, is far too kind to people, far too nice, caring and loving for all the people around her, for humans, heroes, angels, demons. Everybody loves her because she's really really kind. However, the demon lord does not want her to be that way, so he ends up hiring a kind of like demon teacher to teach her how to be a true demon. And so they're going to be going off on adventures to have her learn how to be a really really good demon. This is really giving me a lot of comedy vibes. So this is probably going to be a very funny anime, very cutesy funny tile anime. You can see her right there. She's just a little tyke, and you got the demon lord in the back, and her little what's it called little babysitter chasing after her because she's probably going to be like giving giving candy to strangers and being super nice to people while the teacher is going to be like, no, you need to kill them, and she's like, I'm not doing that. So we'll see. This one seems really funny, and I love the comedy style, even if it is kind of less actiony. If it has some really good comedy to it, I can really get behind something like this. Next up, Geonosia, or should I say Among Us. So Geonosia is something that is very much like a video game that a lot of us have played in the past. But I love my space style animes. Anything with space in it and an anime is something I really, really enjoy. This one is about a ship that is adrift in space, and there is something called the Geonosians, not from Star Wars, but Geonosians, which are alien races that disguise themselves as human. And every single day, the humans must vote on who they think the Geonosian is and put them in a frozen sleep state. If they win, then they get to like survive the day. They get like rewards and things like that. If they lose, then there's a penalty that comes with losing, by picking the wrong individual. However, our main character, she is stuck in a time loop, and something that's kind of, I guess, what do you call it, concerning for me is two things for this one, because she's in a time loop and she gets brought back to like the first day of everything. Something that's two things that are concerning about this anime for me. One, if it's funny and it's not like mystery thriller, then I think it's going to be a bad show. I think it's going to be a really
Agreed.
bad show if it's funny and just like cutesy, like not cutesy, but just like trying to be comical while it's going on. It needs to be something like a mystery murder, Knives Out, shut the lights off, somebody ends up dying, lights come back on, who did it type of anime. Now, other thing is they already have this whole synopsis going on about the Among Us thing, and now on top of it, our main character is stuck in a time loop. And I think that's way too much to put into a show. I think that's two different plot lines that you're putting into one show, and I think it's going to get too jumbled or too confusing unless they do it really well.
And
They
I'm
could do it
thinking
really
it could be
well.
like a happy death. Is it Happy Death Day? Where every time she gets keep getting voted off, even though she's not the bad guy, and then she just wakes up again to trying to figure it out. If they do it like that, I can see it working out.
Oh, yeah, where like if they pick her, then the
Hmm.
time resets. But if
Exactly.
they don't pick her, then she gets to keep moving forward or whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe that might work out. I just know that if they make this funny, because looking at the little clip art here and I see the alien in the background like laughing and smiling, if they make this funny, I don't think it's going to be good. I think it needs to be like mystery, not necessarily horror, but it needs to have some drama to it and some like thriller, like this is a very serious situation, along with it. So we'll see. kind of how that one's gonna play out. Roll Over and Die. So, Roll Over and Die is about a young girl who's in a party who she doesn't do anything really well with. She has a skill called Reversal that she doesn't quite know how to use yet. And in her party, she is practically useless. Now, her party members constantly make fun of her, they constantly treat her like shit, and they end up selling her off into slavery. Selling her off into slavery, her masters, that are her masters in slavery, they also think that she's incompetent, she's really stupid, she doesn't know how to do anything. So then they end up deciding to throw her to the monsters to be fed. Now, we don't necessarily know how it gets to her, but there's this demon sword or this like cursed sword that she can use. And if she decides to use the sword that takes away the user's life, she can actually become free and move forward in life that's a little shorter, or she can decide to be eaten by the monsters. And because this isn't going to be a one episode show, I guarantee you she takes the sword. It's literally showing her standing there with a sword. So I'm assuming she takes the sword. And then it says her reversal skill finally starts to take action. She's able to use her reversal skill. So I don't know if that's something like her reversing time. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or her reversing like an action or a scenario or a
Or
situation.
reversing
She has like
the effect of the sword. So they were basically saying that the sword
maybe.
is going to kill
Yeah.
her if she uses it, but she able to reverse it so that when
She's
she
able to
uses a
nullify
sword, it
it.
kills
Yeah.
everyone else.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. But this one definitely seems really interesting. We love our heroes getting kicked out of the party, and they end up having to go off and do their own thing and getting super strong. So this one definitely seems interesting for us. The next one, an adventurer's daily grind at age 29. It's our Osan newbie adventurer right here, our 30-year-old buff dad. This one is about an adventurer who's dreamed of being the strongest and being like really good. We don't necessarily know what his rank is yet, like when we start the show, but what we do find out, or what we do know, is that at his age now, he is finally living in a quaint, small little town where he just goes on daily adventures. He goes into dungeons. He goes and just does his daily adventurers thing. And he's trying to live a very peaceful and joyous life until he comes to a dungeon and he ends up finding a little girl in the dungeon who's being partially eaten by a slime, and he ends up saving her. She ends up telling him that, hey, my parents kicked me out or something like that, and I had nowhere else to go. So I decided to come to the dungeon to be safe from the elements, and that's how I ended up getting there. Well, because this is Japan and anime, he ends up taking this strange little girl home and raising her for himself because she has nowhere else to go. So this is essentially going to be about our 29-year-old dad who gets a daughter, gets a brand new daughter, and ends up raising her. Um, I think there was an anime like this before, right? Where like the gods gave like a kid two kids or
Yeah,
something, like two
the
twins or
twins,
something.
the overpowered twins. Yeah, that show was silly.
Yeah,
But
that,
yeah, it was like this where they were like, "Hey, take care of these kids; they will be useful for you in your future."
yeah,
But became just about him being the babysitter, while they spent their whole time kicking everybody else's ass. It was kind of silly in my opinion.
really. Okay, well, hopefully this one doesn't turn out that way. But it says my adventures daily grind, so hopefully we do get some adventuring. We do get some dungeon and some fighting some monsters and things like that. If it turns into a slice of life, then I'm not. I don't really care about it. But we'll see when it comes down to that one. Dead account. So dead account is kind of an interesting story plot line here, and it leaves a lot to be desired. So we end up coming to our main character who is a live streamer online, and he is a notorious troll and rage baiter, and that's how he rakes in the cash for himself, or rakes in the cash is by going online, live streaming, and just making the world absolutely hate him. We know the type. We know the people who are out there and just content creators who just make people hate them, and they make a shit ton of money off of it because you care so much to put a comment underneath somebody that you don't like. And they make money off of it, and they go home happy at the end of the day. However, what the world doesn't know is this man is a high school dropout who is actually really, really nice and really sweet to his family, because the money he's making, he's actually putting towards his sister's medical bills. His sister is sick. And so the money he's making from the online trolling and the rage baiting and everything, he's actually putting towards his sister's medical bills while also taking care of his family. But it tells us something that we might want to look into, or when we watch the show, is that at the while he's doing this, something strange, they say something strange starts to happen. So I'm not exactly sure what that something strange is going to be. We see a little fire fist. We see a little fire on his fist. I don't know if that's from him on the keys, constantly like trolling and rage baiting people. He's just spitting fire
Just
on the
fire.
internet. Yeah, just fire. But or it could be superpowers. I mean, you never know. So it says something really strange begins to happen. And I definitely want to find out what the Stranger Things might be. Huh? Get it? Stranger Things?
Shut up.
Last episode's coming out next week. Been watching that. Anyways, reincarnated as a dragon hatchling. Um, the synopsis is quite literally if you've watched Reincarnated as a slime or spider, right? So our young man was reincarnated into another world as a dragon hatchling. However, he does not have the power or strength to make it in the world yet. He needs to break out of his shell, and it says literally break out of his shell as a dragon in order to get stronger, in order to get out of the forest that he's in right now to become more powerful. And that's pretty much wraps up what this show is going to be about. But we have reincarnated as a slime. We have reincarnated as a spider. All the shows where our protagonist is put into a new world, reincarnated as some type of monster or whatever the case may be. But if this show needs to be really good, because you're putting yourself up there with like the most popular isekai anime on the planet, which is
Exactly.
reincarnated as a slime. So if he stays a dragon the whole time, I'm gonna be upset.
This
I don't
show
think
is
he will,
coming
but
behind the greats, the reincarnated as a vending machine, the reincarnated as a sword.
stop,
If you don't
stop,
reach those
stop,
heights,
stop,
I don't want to
stop.
see it.
I'll give you sword, but I'm not giving you venomation. Stop it. Stop
Reincarnated
it.
vending machine had its own little charm. You just didn't stick around to find out. But no, honestly,
Stop.
it's coming behind all these shows that really, when people think of isekais, they're thinking of that reincarnated
Yeah.
as a slime or reincarnated as a spider. So if you come out with something weak, especially as a dragon, like we've been waiting on
Yeah.
a dragon, so you better be coming
Yeah.
with that heat, that literal
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. Literally. So the next one we got is Kunon the Sorcerer Can See. So Kunon the Sorcerer Can See is about a young man raised in a village where he is a magical blind genius. So he's blind and he surpasses his mentor that teaches him magic. And now he's on an adventure to figure out how he can make water magic turn into new eyes for him. And that's pretty much his whole goal now is to use the magic that he finds in other lands and traveling around in order to create something that he can actually see from. I'm assuming we're not getting eyes in the first season, so hopefully, we get some confrontation. We get him traveling around. I'm assuming he's probably going to use that water magic for like reverberation, vibrations, things like that, where he can use those other senses
Mhm.
in order to fight off some conflicts. However, if this show is literally just him studying magic the entire season to get eyes, it's going to be boring.
Bro,
It's going to be kind of
brother,
boring.
this is an anime Daredevil. He's just gonna be learning magic, trying
That's
to
what I
figure
want.
out how to make some eyes. Probably make a little water ball that looks like an eyeball. It's
Uh,
gonna
that
be
little
it's gonna be
girl,
sweet.
that little girl's gonna be the kingpin. She's gonna be the kingpin. Hell's Kitchen kingpin. That's what I need. I need some confrontation. I don't need a bunch, right? Like
Hmm.
I know he's gonna be traveling around to find magic to help him learn to create eyes for himself, but I need some kind of confrontation,
Yeah,
just a little bit.
I feel
Like
you.
he's traveling around and somebody's like, "Oh, look at this blind idiot. Let's rob him," and he's just
Yeah,
like, "Water, water, water spear." I'm
like
just like,
like a school bully. That's what you're looking for, like a school bully.
yeah, that's school bully. Like some bandits. I need some bandits in my life. You know what I'm
Someone
saying?
gotta die.
I need a bandit. Um, Hell mode, the hardcore gamer dominates in another world with garbage balancing. So this one is about a young man who is a hardcore gamer, ends up getting isekai'd into another game where he has zero skills, zero across the board, has to start from absolutely nothing, and this game is hard. I mean, this reminds me of oh my goodness, um, what's it called? Um,
Shangri-La Frontier.
Bird, yeah, Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Like Shangri-La Frontier, 100% Shangri-La Frontier, where our boy gets, I mean, Shangri-La, he's not isekai. He's just like, we see him playing the game essentially. But this one he's actually isekai into, and because he's a hardcore gamer, he's starting off with zero. They isekai his ass in there, and he has to absolutely like dominate in a game that has garbage balancing. And if, for those of y'all who are gamers out there, understand what garbage balancing is. Like things just don't make sense. Power scaling is off. and so we get to see this funny show about a young man who's trying to make it big in a world where this game is an absolute trash can of a game. Which I think they even do that in Shangri-La Frontier, where our main character is going off and like playing other video games where they're just like there's glitches, there's like terrible power scaling, there's like cheating and all other kinds of stuff in there. So this one is going to be probably a funny one, an absolute comedy of a show, and I like my comedy shows. So plus video game isekais are just really like actually really really good. So so the next one we got is Noble Reincarnation, Born Blessed, so obtain ultimate power. So this one is the world's strongest 6-year-old has been privileged enough to be reborn as the Emperor's 13th child. So this is giving me what's it called? What's short shorts?
Oh,
What's
booty.
biker shorts good? Yeah,
Talking about booty dukes.
the seventh
Yeah,
prince
Seven
of Easy
Prince.
Dukes. Yeah, so he is an overpowered with an infinite level cap and cheats and hacks and all kinds of stuff. But his privilege has its problems. The glittering facade is the high society, conspiracy schemes, power struggles, everything like that. I mean, this is quite literally, I'm assuming he's going to be trying to hide his powers just like old Daisy Duke's kid,
Hmm.
Seven the Prince. Um, but he's a noble reincarnated as the 13th child, which I think they're also going to probably hop into this storyline of like because he's the 13th prince, nobody pays attention to him, so he's able to just run off and learn magic and to learn like to do all this other types of stuff,
Yeah, they done
like
that one.
because nobody, yeah, which is literally reincarnated as the seventh prince. Like it's the same exact synopsis as that show coming out. So if it is like that though, even though they've done it before, I think it's going to be very interesting watch. It's going to be a good watch to actually peer over on that one. So the next one we got, and I'm so excited. I think this is the one I'm excited about
Oh,
absolutely the
most
most.
definitely.
Tech Technically this is a returner, but technically it's not. So this is Fate Strange Fake. In the past, we got the Fate Strange Fake Part One movie ish that came out a while ago that a lot of people watched that was never quite finished. Well, they're actually turning it into a series. So this is going to be the episode one series of Fate Strange Fake. Which, if y'all aren't familiar with the Fate series, then are you even weebs? Like, let's be honest with ourselves, because Fate is quite literally the most banger anime I've probably ever watched in my entire life. And it is very confusing. I think we talked about it a couple years back, but the timelines are very confusing. But just like anything, if you love it, you'll figure it out. Just like Gundam, right? Like Gundam with like their different timelines and everything like that. If you just understand Fate for what it is, it's very simple to understand because Fate is literally about Holy Grail wars where mages summon servants. Now, mages are just your normal mages, but they summon servants. These servants are people from the past. So they're heroes, villains, whatever they are. I think one we got like Leonidas, we got what's like another one? Um, like Gilgamesh. We got
Joan of
just
Arc.
any kind of yeah, Joan of Arc. We got like all different types of heroes and villains that you know from the past in history. They summon them to have a Holy Grail war, and there's two sides of the war. There's two sides with a mage over here and then a mage over here, the blue and red side, and they fight out in this war with their mages. Think of their mages or think of their servants like stands, like from JoJo. Like they literally just use their servants as stands to fight in this war, and whoever wins ends up getting the Holy Grail, and that Holy Grail allows you to make one wish. This one is going to be about the fifth Holy Grail War in Japan, and this is going to be like a Western American. So this is going to be more in the American side of things instead of the Japanese side of things. So we did get a little bit of it like in the past about Fate Strange Fake, but they're making this into a whole series now, and I absolutely cannot wait for this one. I mean, Fate has some of the best since before Fire Force came out. Fate has had some of the best sound effects in like any anime you could ever watch. So I'm super super thrilled that Fate is coming back with a new show. That's something I'm definitely going to be hopping on immediately.
Quite honestly, they've just been teasing us over the past, what, 2 years with
Right?
this. They put out like one episode. Well, at first they put out the little trailer or the little
Yeah,
short little movie, and then they put out
yeah,
the one episode. It's like, what? Why are you putting
yeah.
out an episode
Yeah.
in the
And
beginning
then
of
they
a
took it
season?
away, and now they're coming back with the actual season. I think they might have just
Hmm.
preemptively done that to just like keep people interested or something. Because Fate before that, Fate hasn't new Fates haven't been out for years. I mean, Fates have been over for quite a long time. I think it's 2018. So they're probably just doing that just to get one over on us to keep us a little, keep us a little interested. So the next one we got is Jack of all trades, party of none. So this guy is betrayed. It's another hero that's betrayed, or not hero, but another adventurer that's betrayed by the hero's party, where he used to be their enchanter or their mage, and he was literally classified as the Jack of all trades, master of none. We know that phrase, right? Like you're really good. You're good at a lot of stuff, but you're not great at anything. This time he decides to set out after he's been banished from the party. He decides to set out and forge a new path as a solo adventurer. And he's essentially tells us he's going to get into explosive battles, deadly rivalries, allies. He'll literally just solo. He's going to be a solo. Some would say a solo leveler,
A solo leveler.
a solo leveling, maybe a little bit. But it has some good art to it. It has some good stuff to it. I mean, this guy literally, this is like the Sun Jin Woo of Japanese anime. It looks just like him, kind of honestly. He looks quite literally just like him. So, but we love our banish from the heroes party ones,
Hmm.
especially when we know that they're OP and we know they're strong, and they're just going to continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And this one looks more serious because the last few ones that we've gotten, the banished ones, are kind of more funny. They're more like slice of life comedy, while this one looks actually quite serious. And if it has a little comedy in it, there's nothing wrong with that. But this one definitely looks a lot more serious, a lot more battle oriented. And if it's battle oriented, then I'm definitely excited about that.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking into this one. This one reminds me a lot of the one from actually this season. The court mage was or banished as the
court
court
magician.
mage. Yeah, the court magician one where he
Yeah.
was banished, where essentially they had to tailor how they fight, how they use magic to fit the hero's party. So in the court magician
Yeah.
one, he didn't fight, he didn't use support magic.
Yeah.
That wasn't his forte. He was more offense magic, but he chose to do support magic in order to support the hero. Same thing with this
Yeah.
title, where he chose to do a certain type
Yeah.
of magic to be a jack of all trades, even though he's a master of like grand magician. Oh, that sounds terrible, but grand magician magic. So
Oh, is that what he's doing?
yeah, that's what he's doing.
leaves 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 the heroes party, enjoys a three-letter agency. Got it. All right. So the next one we got is there was a cute girl in the heroes party, so I tried confessing to her. So this one is kind of an interesting twist on, I guess, falling in love with a girl in a hero's party. Because you would think that the one that falls in love with her would be somebody that's in the party. However, he's not. So this one is a isekai about a young man who is reincarnated as a mid-tier demon, and his one job in his whole entire demon, attaché is to destroy or crush the hero's party. However, he ends up falling in love with one of the girls in the hero's party. Now, as he tries to confess his feelings to her, he might end up betraying the Demon King. And then it essentially is like, will their love bloom, or will he end up, destroying the hero's party? Will he betray the Demon King or betray the girl? So, I mean, that's pretty much wraps up that one. It definitely looks slice of life y.
No,
It
most
definitely,
definitely.
yeah, like it looks like what is it? Uh, what's that?
There was
What's that
another
demon?
title, wasn't another title just like this, where like what the guy was a part of the demon army and the girl was a good guy, and they ended up start and it
Yeah,
started
not
like real
not part
actionly and
timer.
then went complete. No, I'm not even talking about part time. It was another one where they
Really?
started really
Oh,
actiony, and then they completely went to, oh, they're doing secret dates and they don't
oh,
they don't want like each either
I
side
don't
to
remember
find
that.
out that they were talking to each other. Like it was like, wait, what? Like, is this what we turned into?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the devil is a part timer. That I know that one was very much like very actiony in the beginning, and then he got isekai'd into the real world and ended up just working at a job, and then they ended up falling in love with like the hero girl who followed him into the other world. So
I'm more okay with that because they at least got
yeah,
isekai into like our world where it's like not magic and stuff. So
yeah,
they had to live a normal life. This show, they stayed in their world where they were at war, but they were sneaking
yeah,
off to go on dates with each other. Like it was like, oh,
yeah.
okay, love is love. I love it for you.
Yeah. I mean, it seems it definitely seems interesting. So, but if it is very slice of life, I'm gonna let you be the judge of when we rank these, when we mid
Thanks.
tier them, and then you let me know. You let me know if I should watch it or not.
Mm.
So this one is Sentenced to be a Hero. Now, so fun fact about Sentenced to be a Hero, this is going to start with a 1 hour premiere. So instead of it being one episode, it's going to start out with a 1 hour premiere. And this one is about a world where heroism or heroism is actually a punishment. So being a hero is actually a punishment. And a condemned goddess killer battle battles endlessly or endless hordes of monstrous abominations as part of the Penal Hero Unit 9004. Death is no escape, only a cycle of resurrection and relentless combat. So, I mean, this person, like, this sounds kind of lit. This sounds lit.
So the
Like,
punishment is to be a hero. Like
is to be a
you're
hero.
arrested, so
Yeah.
now you got to go fight demons.
You got to go be a hero. And then if you die, you get resurrected. And you just do it over and over and
Death
over and
means
over
nothing.
again. Like over and over and over again. But he encounters a mysterious goddess. Their unlikely alliance sparks a rebellion that could shatter the chains of this eternal punishment. This sounds absolutely fantastic. This show sounds great, and it is a Chinese title. It is a Chinese title, so we know our Chinese little Damos. They're top tier. I
Didn't they
mean, what was
also
it?
have
Mortal.
To Be Hero X? Was that another one?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, they had
mm-hmm.
that one. They had
Yeah.
the cube one,
I will say they had well
Super
they also
Cube.
had
That's what it was.
Immortal King.
Immortal King. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was to be Hero X was kind of they kind of went downhill.
Oh,
Like the
really?
first 4 episodes was really good, and then they started focusing because they did the whole like focus on a different hero like every 2 or 3 episodes.
Mm.
Focus on a different person. So like you really get involved with the first guy and then he dies. And then you get the next guy and you're just like it
It was
I don't
jarring.
know. It was really weird. It was kind of a weird setup that they had going on. But this one seems dope. Like you're sentenced to be a hero, and then all you do is just die and fight and die and fight and die and fight and die and fight. Like, and I mean, I'm assuming as this goes on, he's gonna get stronger in combat. Like he's gonna get like super strong. So I'm really looking forward to this one coming out as well. Um, because I need my I need my blood in my guts, right? Like I need some fighting
You need your blood and
involved.
guts. Okay.
Hey, yeah. Look, I love guts, all right? I love guts. But I need my fighting involved in this new season. It seems like we got a good balance of slice of life and action in this new season that's dropping. Obviously, like we said before, when we come out with our mid-season review, we'll talk about it. We'll see what shows what are hot, what are not, what is a drop. Obviously, the season that we just passed just wrapped up. Let us know what you thought about that season. Let us know what you're feeling about this season too. Let us know if there's something we missed, if there's something that you really want to talk over. But the next time that you see me, the next time you see us both together, I will be in a new little setup. We'll see where we're at when we get there. Obviously, I'm gonna be trying to watch as much anime as possible in this transition to the new house. But let us know down in the comments. Ring the notification bells, leave a like, all that jazz. We love you. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.